Hello, one last card to do for our April card class. I'm Kim Wilson, and this is my website, KW Stamps. And if you're in our private group watching the video, you also have PDF instructions posted right here in the group. If you're on YouTube, you can connect with me via my website or my newsletter and get into our group. So this one is a fun quilt card. And I've done quilt cards before with you, I think, but this one I really enjoyed. And it's a lot easier than it looks. You don't have to cut triangles or anything. It's just all strips, squares, and rectangles. So that makes it easy. And I'm using the Cute Crochet 3D embossing folder, which is retiring, by the way. So if you like that sort of whimsical stitched kind of look, you might want to grab that one. And also we're using the mixed labels bundle again as well, which we used in the last card. And it also has I used the happy anniversary on the last one. This one has a nice sympathy sentiment as well. And it's nice to have those cards already made on hand when you need them, because it comes unexpectedly, unfortunately. So I also did my background with that Cute Crochet folder. Look at how fun that is. And I used Moody Mauve, which is retiring, so that cardstock is still available, and the ink is still available at the moment if you like this color. But I love this Wildflower designer series paper, the Wildly Flowering designer paper, and it has all those retiring in colors, so I wanted to give them one last hooray because they're such pretty colors. Okay, so there's my background of my card ready to go, and so let's put our quilt together. If you have a kit from me, you should have all the pieces you need. So this is our background layer, is just crumb cake. This is going to be our white layer that we're building our quilt on, and then 4 little 1/2-inch strips, and I just made mine 4 by 1/2 inch to save on cardstock. You can make them longer if you want. And then we're just going to be weaving the pieces. So I'm just going to look at my picture here and make sure I get them how I did in my design, or I could look at the sample. That's a little easier to see. Let's see if you can see that there, the sample. Okay, so I want to weave from corner to corner. So we're going to do one this way and one this way, corner to corner. And this is a little fussy if you have arthritic fingers like I do, but it'll get there. So just be patient. So then this one is going to go over the top one and then under this one. And this one's going to go under, then over. So you're just weaving them back and forth. And I just find it easier to look at the sample and get it just right. But really not that important. The important thing is to get them really close together, because you don't want gaps, and you want them to go basically to the corner. And what I think I did in the when I made my sample is I put a little dot right in the center. I actually measured it and made a pencil mark in the center, which would have been smart to do that again, just to make sure I was centered, but I think we're doing okay here. So let's just get that squished together there, so we're getting rid of that little gap. And I think I'm basically to the corner. Now we're going to be covering our corners with a little square of paper, so that's going to make our little corner piece. So it's okay if it's not exactly to the corner. Okay, I think that's fairly good. And then the center of your 2 pieces is going to be pointing to the corner. So that looks good. All right, now I'm going to lift up one piece at a time, one section at a time, and put some glue down, because I don't want to risk messing up my beautiful arrangement here. So we'll just do one corner at a time. Get some glue down there. And I got a little bit too much there, so we'll just wipe that off. And I do have my adhesive remover if I Need to get some excess glue out of the way. Probably should just put it on the 2 strips separately, then it won't squish up through the middle. And these 2 need to go a little tighter together. So, looks like we're good there. One more to do. Over here. Lift those 2 strips up. Put 2 little lines of glue together. And I can go and put some more closer to the edges, like this one probably needs a little bit more glue closer to the edge there. And then one last scrunch while the glue is drying to get them close together so there's no gaps in there. That's the only really hard part there. So once that's done, it's good. Oh, and before I go and put my corners on, I want to trim off any bits that are hanging over the edge. So grab your paper snips, trim your quilt. Don't you wish it was this easy to make a real quilt? Here I am making a paper quilt in just a few minutes. Okay, got all my excess bits down, and now I'm going to put my little corners on, and that's going to make the little triangle cutouts that it looks like we've got a triangle there. And as you can see, I did not do a very good job of getting mine even, so I would go ahead and measure the center and make sure you get that even. So 4 little 3/4 inch squares. Okay, and then the magic comes about when you put it through the embossing machine. So, and we're going to put it through our cute crochet folder again. And I am just going to grab my scrap paper here and kind of push that down a little bit, make sure I don't have any glue. And looks like that's ready to go through. You can see a huge difference before and after embossing. It looks so different. Okay, so grab cute crochet here, and because it's a 3D folder, we are going to use just the bottom plate and then the gray number 4 plate. And when I did this before, I just remembered because this crochet folder has these little patterns, I kind of centered it so that that round one was right in the middle, so it looks kind of even on all the sides. So got that ready to go. Grab in my machine here. So we've got plate number 1 and plate number 4. And just roll that through. It's a little bit tight, but make sure it's not too tight, because sometimes that extra little number 2 plate gets in there, and that shouldn't be there. You just want the 1 and the 4 for the 3D folders. And grab that apart. And there it is. So there's our little quilt. So we'll just attach it to the crumb cake panel. And then to our card. Let's see, I want to leave enough space for my label there. So let me just stick that there so I know I have enough space. And if you wanted to pop this up on dimensionals, that would look nice as well. So however you want to do that panel. And then we'll grab our sympathy stamp and stamp that. Again, this little die here is from that mixed labels bundle, so, and it fits there perfectly. And that one, I think I will grab some dimensionals to put the sentiment on. Pop that up. And of course, we've got our low profile dots again to add the center here. So I put a gold one the first time. Let me try a pink one and see how that looks. There's a lot of bulk here on this card, a lot of different layers, so it's nice to have the low profile dots to make the layers there. So there we go. So there is our quilt technique. Isn't that fun? It didn't take that long. A little bit fussy, but it's doable. And once you do the first one, it's much easier to do additional ones. But it looks so fun with running that whole big layer through the embossing folder to get that quilted look. And try some different folders too. If you don't have cute crochet, try the eyelet folder. It looks good with that, or any of the folders you have on hand, and give that quilt technique a try. So in-person class is tomorrow, so hope those of you that are in town can make it tomorrow to class. And hopefully my voice will recover from these allergies. I've been walking outside, and every time I walk outside, it gets worse because it's windy and those pollens are blowing around. Okay, so there you go. Happy crafting. And before I forget, tomorrow begins the new Stampin' Rewards program. Yay! So there will be a gap of time, about 6 hours during the day, when the Stampin' Up! Website will be down. So it won't be available while they're switching everything over to the new system. I'm so excited, and I will be sending out my newsletter tomorrow sometime too, so you'll get all the details about the new Stampin' Rewards program. Okay, happy crafting.